Hey, are we live? Are we live? I think we're live. All right. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another live stream. My apologies, for a little bit of a late start today. We were having a little bit of a little technical difficulties.
Con InDrive, todos tus viajes son...
All right, hold on. All right, okay, we're good. Seems like we're live. All right. Thank you guys so much for your patience today. As you guys already know, that's part of living life out here in Mexico. Living life in another country, but specifically Mexico. The fact that things out here run on Mexican time, and well, for some people it's all right, but for other people, they don't like that. They don't like the slow pace that comes with living in some parts of Mexico. Again, not all parts of Mexico. As you guys can see, we're taking a walk here through El Mercado de San Juan de Dios in Guadalajara, Jalisco. All right, and out there, it's it's a big bustling city like Mexico City, Monterrey. So things might be more of a faster pace, something you might be a little bit more used to out there, coming from the USA. But if you're coming from a more of a slower pace type of lifestyle, then other parts of Mexico might be more your style, and you might be more used to that. And if you move out to a place like the Caribbean, aka the Yucatan Peninsula, where I live, I happen to live in Mérida, Yucatan. If you come out this way, then things really do move at a snail's pace, and they go really, really slow. It's like almost island time, even though we're not in the islands out here. It's basically semi-paradise. In fact, here, let me show you guys real quick, what it looks like out here. Nope, not that one. But that's basically my backyard, all right? And so obviously things go even slower. The closer you are to the beach, as they like to say. But anyway, shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to, let me see, J, Pam, Little Bofo, Action, VJ, David Durango, Waco Soto, Wake, or is it Waco? Greta, shout out to Greta Cobb out there. Oh wow, we had no idea. Greta liked to watch this show as well.
How dare you!
Shout out to Greta. Let me see who else we got out there. Matan. Oh my God, is that Matan or is that someone else? Shout out to the Matan. Who else we got in there? Sign in, Isaac. Awesome. Everybody out there. So shout out to everyone out there. Matt and T. Pirelli. All the way from Raleigh, North Carolina. Awesome. Anyways, but yeah, shout out to everyone out there. And so in today's video, in today's episode, we're going to be talking about, well, again, why you need to be moving to Mexico in 2025. But, at the end of the day, why, you need to be moving to Mexico once in one shape, form, or another. Again, if you're watching these videos, if you're watching these live streams, you basically, in a sense, made up your mind. You want to get out of Dodge. You want to leave your situation, whatever that is, and you're looking for better horizons. And that's why I make the videos I do on my channel, because look, for a lot of people, they think, oh, I cannot wait to retire. I cannot wait to stop living my horrible life, and all I want to do is go out to the beach and sit there with a margarita every single day forever. And it's like, are you sure that's what you want to do? Are you sure? I mean, do you even know, what it entails? One thing is coming out here for a week or two on vacation. Another thing is living out here. Another thing is taking life on out here. And so, for me personally, yes, of course, Mexico has its challenges. Mexico is not perfect. It has its things. But, compared to the lifestyle and the life that I had in the USA, this, for me personally, is a much better lifestyle. I enjoy my life out here, exponentially 1,000 times better than I did in the USA. And that's just a fact, and there's many reasons for that. In fact, I go I go more in detail in my videos here. By the way, please let me know if the sound is okay, if the music is too loud or too low or whatever it is. I don't want it to be overpowering, more overpowering than me, as you already know. I mean, come on, I even wear t-shirts with my own face on it, for crying out loud. I mean, so I don't want You know, even my own music to be overpowering.
Bruh.
Anyways, but the thing is, it's like, you know, the reality is that for many people, you know, that like certain lifestyles, you know, they'll move out to Mexico, for example, they'll move abroad, and before they know it, you know, they're homesick and they can't wait to get out of there, and they end up going back home to wherever they came from, because it was more than what they expected. But you know, for many people out there, you know, life out here in Mexico, living in Mexico, is what they've always wanted. You know, this is like the life that they've always dreamed of in one shape, form, or another. But again, nothing that's worth having comes easy. It comes, again, everything is going to be difficult no matter what, in one shape, form, or another. It's going to be difficult. By the way, I want to, before I get too deep into today's show, I do want to let you guys know of a special kind of thing, you know, that happened to the channel recently. Well, many awesome things, you know, have been happening to the channel recently. You know, one of the things that's happened, or it's about to happen, we're about to hit 30,000 subscribers. Can you believe that? I cannot believe we're about to hit 30,000 subscribers. That's pretty incredible. Oh, what happened to the kids? They got, anyways, they got deported. Anyways, forget. But besides that, on top of all that, something really cool. YouTube just gave me and a bunch of other channels something, a really cool tool that a lot of you guys out there, would enjoy. All right, hold on. Let me get rid of the music a little bit. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Here, maybe that's a little better. Oh, whatever. Anyways, hold on. There. How about no music? All right, I just have the music on in case I need. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, so back to what I wanted to show you guys. All right, so this is what I wanted to show you guys. So starting last video, so this last Sunday, the video that I published on Sunday, from that video going forward, YouTube is now giving us, or giving me, my channel personally, giving my channel the ability to watch videos in multiple languages. All right, so let me get out of the way real quick so you guys can see what I mean. So you see, okay, right here where my face is, where my head is. All right, pay attention to here, all right? So because that's where I'm going to be at. All right, so right there, you see there's a little a cog, all right? A little wheel for settings. Click on the settings, all right? When you click on the settings, all of a sudden you're going to have these, oh, hold on, let me move this a little bit so you guys can see better. Oh my gosh, why is this there? All right, okay, so you're gonna have these options here, and then option number, right, the option that I want you guys to pay attention to, for many of you guys out there that listen to me in another language, or you have another language as your first language, listen, now you can listen to me in many languages. So for example, here's my video, or talked about this yet to you guys out there in the audience. The minute that we have more information, all right, so now all of a sudden, you see, I'm going to be able to go on ahead over here and change the audio track to, let's say, Spanish. And now you're going to be able to listen to me in Spanish.
Se los haré saber. Ahora bien, personalmente, ¿qué pienso?
How cool is that?
Creo que, de nuevo, esto sucede de vez en cuando, que suspenden el programa en ciertas áreas solo por muchas razones diferentes,
All right,
a
let's
veces
try
por
another language.
sobresaturación de solicitantes, etc. Pero aquí en medida
gab es, genau wie in anderen Teilen des Landes, absolut keine Probleme und im Moment läuft alles wie gewohnt weiter. Aber trotz alledem ist die Realität, dass dies eine Bedrohung ist, eine drohende Gefahr für viele Menschen, die darauf...
Okay. Anyways, how's that? That's pretty cool, right? So anyways, long story short, guys, out there in the audience, if you're, if English is not your first language and you want to listen to my videos in another language, you can do so now going forward. All right, so, and by the way, other channels on YouTube have this option. This is a brand new thing that YouTube is rolling out, and for many of you guys out there, I know there's a lot of you guys out there that Spanish is your first language. Well, guess what? Now you can listen to me in Spanish. Now, again, obviously it's not going to be my voice, but you're going to be watching that now. With that said, oh, hold on a second. I forgot my face. All right, with that said, I'm also going to be now doing videos in Spanish. And now you guys out there that listen to me in English Well, guess what? All right, in videos in the future, all right, because again, remember, I speak Spanish and I'm able to go out there and, do things in Spanish, and I want to do that. Well, guess what? Now I'm going to be able to go out there, record the video in Spanish, and then you guys are going to go here to audio track and then change it from Spanish. Okay, you're going to change it to English, and then you'll be able to listen to me, and then you're going to be able to listen to the other people that I have on the show in Spanish, but in English. So it's awesome for everybody. So how's them apples? All right. So please, stay tuned for that going forward. Again, the video on Sunday, the video last Sunday, and again, just going forward is going to have that ability for you to translate and listen to the video itself in another language. So how that's pretty, for me, that is crazy awesome. All right. So very happy to see that. And again, that's artificial intelligence again, by the way. All right. So AI does it again. All right. So shout out to everyone out there. Oh, shout out to Opie in the house, Mr. Opie Taylor. Effing Taylor. We got Eagle. We got Benzomatic. We got a bunch of people out there. Shout out to everyone out there. XRP 589. It seems like it's actually going to be a real thing. Who the hell knew? Wow. I guess I was wrong. I'm gonna be eating my words real soon, right?
Bruh.
But anyways, shout out to you and everyone else out there, and congratulations. But anyways, back to what the show's about and what we're going to be talking about today, and why you need to move to Mexico. Look, the reality is that for a lot of people out there, just moving to Mexico will, again, greatly benefit you. And look, for example, let's say that you are already Mexican. Let's say you already speak Spanish like me. I'm a Cuban background. You are from a Latino household. You grew up in the USA with a Dominican family or a Mexican family or a Cuban family or a Puerto Rican family or whatever family. Listen, the transition for you is going to be so much easier because, well, again, it's a lot of what you're used to already, okay, in one shape, form, or another. In fact, you're going to probably find it more appealing. If you grew up in certain areas, again, if let's say you're American, okay, and you grew up like just American, white American, typical, like, okay, so you grew up in certain neighborhoods in certain areas. Listen, again, you probably have already a lot of how do I say, it's cultural influence, and you already have a lot of again, you go and you hang out with your Mexican friends, you go and eat Mexican burritos, from the Mexican guy that you're already really good friends with, and I could go on and on. You probably already have a lot of a familiarity, and you probably grew up with a lot of these cultural changes that when you come to Mexico, now you're going to get a real Mexican food. Now you're going to have more than one Mexican friend because they're all Mexican, and I could go on and on. So, for a lot of people in the audience, the transition to Mexico is, it's more of an adventure than anything else. But there's a lot of people in the audience that, well, the more they see the real Mexico, which is what I like to show, the more they realize that they don't want to live here. They don't want to move out here. Why would they want to go there when they have that in the USA in their own language, right? I mean, come on. So the thing is, it's there's many, many things, that go into moving to Mexico. But for the most part, I think most people these days, they've already kind of made up their mind one way or the other that they do want to move to Mexico, and they've already realized, what it's going to entail to really move out here. And the demographics have changed exponentially as well, where before, let's say 10 years ago, the majority of the people that would move to Mexico were basically retirees or people of a higher income level. And nowadays, well, basically, I can show you my demographics, the people that watch my videos, and it's people in their late 30s all the way up until retirement age. That's my main demographic. And yes, of course, I got a lot of people that are retired or above, 65 or older, that are also, a good, big demographic of mine. But the reality is that a good majority of my demographics these days is, again, late 30s, my age, basically. I'm 42, 43, my age going forward. So again, late 30s going forward, which is what I moved. When I moved out here, I was in like 36, and there's families moving out here. There's all kinds of people moving out here. By the way, I don't want to keep avoiding this, okay? Because even though I did touch on this, I talked about this in Sunday's video. I put a post up on my channel, all right? I'm going to talk about it right now real quick, all right? And I'm going to talk about the RNE, all right? RNE, all right? regularization program, because it's all over, the YouTubes and everyone's talking about it. I'm making a video right now currently. All right. I'm working on this. Me and Jose Novello. Okay. Remember, he's a lawyer. Okay. And he, kind of knows what's up. We're working on this. All right. To get you an actual answer. Okay. Because as of right now, I know a lot of people out there, they're going crazy, because they heard on Facebook. Basically, again, a rumor started. Basically, something happened with San Miguel de Allende office where they closed it down, or they stopped processing things there. And then before you know it, rumors started spreading that you couldn't get it done anywhere. But long story short, that's not the reports I'm getting. And we're going to be talking about more of that in depth. But look, all I'm saying is that nothing is a fix. I'm sticking to my guns. Me and Jose are both sticking to our guns. Nothing has changed as far as we know. Maybe a few offices here and there can go rogue and do their thing. That's nothing new. It's happened before. But long story short, for the most part, nothing's really changed. Everything's the same. And even if things changes, I'm telling you, it's not as bad or gloom and doom as people think. Long story short, everybody has a path to immigrate, to residency here. And that is not going to change. The end. Okay. So even if, worst case scenario, what they're saying out there is true and it actually does happen, with the changes to the program. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, wait till I give you guys, what's up with all that, what the real deal Holyfield is with all that. And all you guys are going to be pleasantly surprised. So all I'm saying is, don't go out there, running around like like a chicken with their head cut off just because you heard a few things. I know a bunch of channels have been reporting this and saying that it's over. Listen, come on. If you watch me, enough, I'm pretty well versed in the clickbaits out there. Again, I'm just trying to get people to get the proper information, one shape, form, or another. But long story short, not everybody out there might be spreading the correct news. All right. But all I'm saying is that, Jose Novello, has done, has got residents, has got since this happened. Okay. So, just stay tuned. Okay. Don't be going out there, crazy, canceling your own appointment, that's another thing too. There's people out there that are canceling appointments. Why would you listen? The rumor, right, supposedly is that immigration is canceling appointments and they're stopping the program. Listen, if that's really the case, shouldn't you just wait until that happens to you? There's a lot of people out there, they're actually proactively going out there and canceling their own appointments. Like, why? That's the thing. I don't know. We're living in some crazy times. By the way, speaking of which, we're living in some crazy, crazy times. And as you guys already know, I have another channel. We like to go live, on my other channel. All right. And on my other channel, I go live after I'm done here. So, we do a live stream on this channel for about an hour or so, hour and a half, and then we take a little break, and then we go and do another show over there. Here, I talk about living in Mexico, life in Mexico, everything pertaining to living out here and living abroad, but living in Mexico. And on my other channel, well, it's really my own opinion and all kinds of things. And I'm glad that Opie is in the room because today we're going to be talking about my complicated relationship with authority. But we talk about all kinds of things. Again, we talked about my life as a Z-list celebrity. We talk about the idiocracy already of the world that we live in, and I can go on and on, all right? And I go more in depth, all right, with so all kinds of subjects. So please go check it out. I think you'll, enjoy it, all right? Thoroughly enjoy it. All right, so back to the show. All right, so where were we? There we go. All right, so... But yeah, long story short, guys, just relax out there, all right? Because I know that a lot of people out there are reporting that the program's over and things like that, but no, it's not over. Again, I've discussed on my channel multiple times throughout the years talking about the origins of the RNA program, and that it's a law that's already in the books. Okay, so relax. All right, so I'm working on to get you all the facts straight. Okay, I'm working on a video that's gonna just get all the facts straight, and you'll see. Okay, so that way it's a video that you guys will be able to go and use going forward, no matter what happens. All right, so you guys have nothing to worry about, and you have all your options. all your options, okay? What you can do, no matter what your situation is, to get your residency. Because look, the one thing is that a lot of people just don't understand is that Mexico's immigration policy is extremely wide open. In fact, it's so wide open, to the point where they basically make it extremely easy for you to get your residency. Now, I know a lot of people out there in the audience are like, but Jose, what do you mean? There's so much bureaucracy and the paperwork and this. Listen, all I have to say is welcome to the world of being an immigrant. What, you think it's easy for an immigrant in the USA to get all their paperwork, to go to the meetings, to go to the thing, pay the fee, da da da. Listen, any immigrant in the USA that gets their green card, that gets their citizenship, listen, they got to go through the same or worse. In fact, many times worse than whatever the hell you got to go through to get your Mexican residency. So chill out. All right, chill out. And again, I speak this from experience. Again, my parents, okay, both came from Cuba, all right, and I had to help them. Yeah, me as a child had to help my parents, with the whole immigration thing, just like most Latino children and parents and the whole thing. So listen, long story short, it's of course it's not easy. Bureaucracy is never easy and anything like that. But compared to the process that many people have to go through in the USA or other countries, come on. Come on. They're basically giving away residencies. The thing is that, look, what Mexico really wants to know more than anything else is like, are you living here or not? And a lot of people, again, they come from the USA and they just want to buy residency. They never step foot in Mexico, yet they want residency here. And they think that, they're going to have a wonderful life here without even stepping foot in Mexico. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But that's the thing. It's like, come on, people. You know what I mean? Like, it's, it's like, have you ever even, you're going to make this giant, again, my situation was in a very, again, that's why I talk about my story a lot. But I was my back was up against the wall. And my situation was like, hey, move to Mexico or live on the street. And I was like, okay. I came out here and I made it work. Again, luckily for me, I loved it out here. But you got to remember, there's a lot, a lot of you guys out there in the audience, you guys have more options than I had. All right. So the whole idea that, hey, I just don't like the president. I'm going to just get my residency, pay for it, just get my resident, then move out there and da-da-da. It's like, and then it's going to be exactly the same as it was in Wichita, Kansas, or wherever I'm from. It's not, it's not. Look, for a lot of people that I talk to, that come from like New York City, and they're from the nitty gritty of New York, the nitty gritty of New York City or other major cities or areas like that. I mean, they're looking at videos like this and they're like, oh yeah, that's my neighborhood and blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? They're not even looking at it like something like very different. But if you're coming from, Minnesota, you're coming from Illinois, you're coming from, it's like, yeah, you're looking at where you look, you're looking at that right now and like, oh my God, you're like in another planet. But, Miami, New York, certain areas like that. I mean, there's plenty of areas that look like that or 100 times worse. Come on. Anyways, hey, shout out to Greg. Oh, Greg with the 500 peso super chat. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna pretend it's $500 though. So $500. Wow. You pay my rent for a month and a half. Look at that, $500 super chat from Greg. Holy guacamole. Thank you so much, man. Much appreciated. Anyways, but yeah, guys, so just stay tuned, when it comes to residency, and just like everything else, man, out there, this is why I like to do videos. Look, for example, I'm doing a simple live stream, okay? And I can simply, hold on a second. I want to make sure I don't want to lose my place here. Okay. I can simply do the live stream like this, which I've done many times. But I recently realized, a while ago, I'm like, man, I got so much footage. Why not just show that in the background? And I do, whether I'm at the beach or at this, but many times I like to just show you, what we're looking at here. You know what I mean? I got these videos uploaded on my channel, but I'm showing you what it's really like out here, And for some people, they're like, wow, this is awesome. And other people, they look at that and they're like, ugh, icky, yucky. Where's the Starbucks? And it's like, it is what it is, So, and I get it. You can come out to Mexico and you can live a very similar lifestyle like how you might be used to in the USA or Canada or whatever, but it's going to cost you money. why do I show you what I'm showing you there? Like, well, because this is like the main major market in the city. This is where like the whole city goes to get the cheapest possible products. Okay. And again, there's, many reasons, why you might want to go there. All right. It's not just, hey, I'm going to, do the touristy thing. So, and there's many markets, all kinds of things, you know what I mean? Like, so anyways, but, all right, hold on. DB Goodman says, YouTube just ran an ad while watching your shows from here in the US. The Department of Security. Is that what it was? Is that what the commercial was? Um, who? Chrissy, someone congratulate Trump on being tough on illegals and tells viewers to leave. Is that the ad? Is that the ad that they placed in my video? Oh, jeez, that is hilarious. I mean, you cannot make any of this up, man. We're living in the twilight zone here. But hey, what it is what it is. I'm just reading some of your comments there. I know I usually don't do that. I'm usually fuckist here on the channel, but it's we're living in some interesting times. But all right. So, for a lot of people, look, I'll give you an example. For some people that, can afford a really awesome lifestyle in Mexico, in the USA, well, moving to Mexico, you're not doing it, to afford a better lifestyle. No, you're moving out here for other reasons. The reality is that more and more people that are looking into moving to Mexico these days are the former middle class. It's as simple as that. And so the former middle class, because again, there's almost no middle class these days. The reality is that most of the middle class is now poor, all right, or on their way to poor, or fake pretend we're middle class, or hey, I'm making 100 grand a year but my expenses are 120. You're poor. So look, whatever you are, but most of the people these days that are looking into moving to Mexico are more the middle class type people. And so they have a different mindset. Some of them, they live in the perpetual debt machine as they do in the USA. All right, they want to come out here and do the same thing. And others, they want a breather. They want a better lifestyle. So meaning they want to be able to go outside and smell the roses, as they like to say. They want to go out there and be able to enjoy their life. They want the higher quality of life. And that comes at a cost, okay? Believe it or not. And so that comes at a cost, okay, of all these comforts, from this, first world lifestyle that a lot of people have, or they think that they're having, and when you come out here, one of the things about moving to Mexico or abroad is the fact that you got to change your way of thinking. You got to change your lifestyle. You got to change many things about your life. And again, from some people out there, it's no big deal. And the changes end up being very minor. Okay. But for some people, the changes are just way too much and they can't handle it. But again, even if for some people out there, they have a lot of changes to deal with, they do enjoy the changes. So that's the thing. It's like when you're thinking about moving or coming out here to Mexico, you got to realize you're going to be in a different country, in a different culture, that comes with so many things. Yes, you're going to be able to now all of a sudden, for example, someone like me or many people out in the audience, middle class, that normally you wouldn't be able to afford to go to a doctor. Wouldn't be able to afford, to get proper health care. Even if you do are have the ability to go to a doctor, it's still expensive. Even through insurance, the doctors don't tell you what you don't tell you or give you the right diagnostic. They give you, again, the script. They're trying to sell you on a drug or a treatment or a surgery, and they're not really trying to help you. And then, you come out to Mexico and all of a sudden now, out here you have, first of all, access to healthcare of all kinds. Again, literally a few live streams ago, I went, a whole live stream talking about healthcare. I don't want to harp on this one too much, but the fact is that like access to healthcare for a lot of people is a major contribution to just living out here. So look, there's many people out there that have all diseases, or they have a lot of ailments they haven't been able to get treated or anything like that. And just by being able to live in Mexico, or by living in Mexico here, now they're able to afford going to be able to see the doctor. They're able to afford going to get the treatment that they couldn't afford in the USA, and so on and so forth. Like, for example, I got plenty of friends, that have, kids, or they themselves have some sort of sickness, some cancer, whatever it is, all kinds of things, and they have to have a monthly medicine. Meaning every single month they got to get a shot. They got to get these medicines. They got to, like diabetes. It could be many things. All right. And long story short, in the USA, it's beyond crazy expensive, no matter what. And out here, it's like they can afford the treatment. They can afford to now all of a sudden not just treat it with medicine, but treat it by eating better, having a healthier lifestyle, and then being able to change their life completely to the point where now they're healthy. Look, I myself suffered from many ailments, and ever since I've been out here, I've been able to. Most of it has just cured itself, on its own. That's the reality of it. And like I used to suffer a lot from allergies. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't anything out of my nose. That's very rarely a problem. Yes, of course, I still got some sinus problems, but it compared to just how it was before, and so many other ailments, so many other things. Not just me, but so many people out there. And not only access to things like healthcare, but for many people out there, believe it or not, one of the things that they suffer from is loneliness. Okay. Even in the world that you live in the USA, that you might, be working when have and and be in contact with many people and things like that. Listen, man, I don't got to get into it. You guys are all human living in this world, and you know what loneliness is. And you could be, surrounded by family, with your partner, whatever, and you still be as lonelier than lonely. All right. And some people are completely alone, living like a hermit, and they're not lonely. They're fine, So we all know the definition of lonely. All right. We know the feeling anyway. And a lot of people in the USA, unfortunately, they suffer from that loneliness, and sure, you might chit chat with people at work, you might have a partner, whatever it is. And so you're social, you're able to talk, but you're lonely, and you got to maybe even go online like a lot of people do these days, listen to a podcast or listen to whatever, some dumbass like me with a horse. Speak for yourself. But look, the point I'm making is that that's a major thing. And then all of a sudden you come out here and you're making friends left and right. In fact, if you're not making friends, something's wrong with you. I've met people out here that are the ultimate curmudgeons, the ultimate jerk offs, assholes, whatever you want to call it, right? And I mean, they find their tribe is all I'm saying. All right, it's surprising to me. I mean, of course, we still come across people that cannot make friends anywhere, and they're always complaining about, oh my god, everybody hates me, everybody this. But look, long story short, you know what I mean? Oh, thank you. Yes, yes. It says Mercado San Juan de Dios in Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico, right in downtown. You gotta go. You gotta go. If you're in downtown seeing all the sites, you gotta go visit. Anyways, but yeah, you know what I mean? A lot of people, they're always like, oh my god, the world is against me. Everybody hates me. Oh, all the Mexicans, they're gringo pricing me and hating me. And listen, man, it's not you. I mean, sorry. Listen, it's not them. It's you. It's you. All right. Sorry to break it to you. You're just insufferable, and there are people like that. But look, for the most part, I've met like even like the most insufferable people out here, and I'm surprised. I'm surprised to see them with their little friend group. All right, and it might just be one or two people, but it doesn't matter. It's not like you need that many people anyway. You guys know. But yeah, anyways, the whole thing of loneliness. So out here, believe it or not, you can cure that. All right, if sometimes without even trying, just stepping out of your house. And if you just give it a chance, give it a little bit, open up a little itty bitty bit, and just the market that you go to that's by your house all the time to go pick up your fruits and your vegetables, the lady's gonna eventually strike up a conversation, one shape or form or another, or you can, even with Google, whatever, all right? And before you know it, you got a friend, okay? And then you got another friend, and you got another friend, and your neighbors, and everybody. And then you got this sense of community, and everybody's neighborly, and this and that, and everybody, okay? And a lot of people, a lot of people are always scared of moving to Mexico because the police don't do anything. You know what I mean? The police, they're compared to the USA, they basically don't exist out here. They don't do nothing except try to extort you for a few pesos or whatever it is. But long story short, it's a very different situation, okay, than what it is in the USA. All right. And so, so with that said, a lot of people out here, they just have to, because they don't really have a choice, but they have to, all of a sudden protect their own community, protect their own everything. So, you know, and no matter what neighborhood you're living in and what city you're living in and wherever you're at, as soon as you move into the neighborhood, all the neighbors are already nosy. You know, they want to know who you are. They're trying to figure out who you are. They're trying to make friends. They're trying to whatever. And again, a lot of it is because, well, you know, they're friendly. Number one, they want to know who you are and all these things. But long story short, you know, a big part of it is the fact that like they're just continuing to establish that you're now part of the community. You moved there, so now you're like they're linking you to the community in one shape, form, or another. And basically, it's like, hey, you're part of the community watch. You're part of the whole thing. Da da da. We're watching you. You know, we're hoping hopefully you're watching us and all this other stuff. You know what I mean? Like you're meaning if I'm not home, you're watching my home, you know, from some dumbass, you know, trying to steal my bike, you know, from my backyard and vice versa. You're not home, you know, and all of a sudden your dogs are barking a lot. Hey, I might be a little nosy to see what's up, all right? And things like that. You know what I mean? So, and for some people, like, oh my God, why is everybody a little too nosy, or a little bit too whatever? But then you realize, oh, it's because everybody's watching each other, everybody's taking care of each other, everybody's whatever. You know, if we got, you know, the town drunk, you know, the town, how do I say it? You know, the town bum that's stealing things from people's backyard or whatever, you know. Listen, you know, there's you get on the Facebook page, there's community watches, community whatever, and you know, people got cameras, people got whatever, and that's it. It's like, oh, you know, they'll post on Facebook. It's like, oh, there goes Pepe again, or Johnny again. You know what I mean? There he is. You know, he got out of jail again and he's roaming through the neighborhood. So just keep an eye out. You know what I mean? So he doesn't take your bike, or he doesn't take your flowers, or whatever whatever the, come on. And so Robert says, how do I feel about the cartels? Some people are getting abducted, or even worse. Look, I'll make it brief, okay? Because I know a lot of people want to know about my opinions on this. But look, the way I see it, again, by the way, I'll go really in detail in my other live stream, which we're going to do after I'm done here. Again, on my other channel, I've already, sent you the link. Again, I'll show you real quick. Again, 1 second. No, that's not what I'm doing. There. Okay, so on my other channel, okay, I'm going to give you guys a link real quick. I'll go more in detail, with my complicated relationship with authority, okay? Okay, anyways. But look, long story short, what do I think about them? Listen, I got nothing to say. I don't fucking know. You know what I mean? Obviously, I don't condone, their behavior, just like I don't condone, the behavior of, corrupt cops. And believe it or not, they're all involved. So, cops, cartel, government, a lot of it is all together here. Again, just like in the USA, the mafia used to be part of the government. I don't want to get too details on this channel because, I know how people are, the censors are, and stuff like that, but this is a Mexico topic, believe it or not. And look, the reality is that, yes, there's been some situations, that have been coming about recently, in Jalisco, literally like a few hours away from where you're watching this right now. Okay. So, where this is filmed, what you're watching right now is again, Guadalajara. So a few hours from here. Yeah, they did this undiscovered. They discovered, a cartel ranch that was no bueno. No bueno. Okay. They had, a lot of bad things going on there. But again, for people that know me long enough and know what's going on, well, there's always more to the story than you hear. And long story short, there's already connections to the USA, and I could go on and on. In fact, I'll just say here, I told you so. Before I told you so. Okay. But okay, so that's number one. Okay, number one. All right, so that's that. Number two, might as well bring it up since you brought it up. Okay, and hold on a second here, because I got some numbers here so I can show you guys. Beep beep boop, and then we'll discuss. Okay, well, real quick. Where are we at? Okay, 1 second. No, I want to. Oh, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay, so look. Oh my God, I keep making my face disappear. Okay, so look, these are stats, okay? Number of deaths of civilians and armed forces, okay, during armed confrontations in criminal groups. So basically, look, this is how many people the cartel has killed, all right? Now, again, numbers could be fudged, okay? As you know, manipulated, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But look, I mean, this is statistica or whatever, all right? So look, long story short, you guys can see it right there. We'll zoom in. Okay, these are the last several years. And again, civilians is in blue. And armed forces, remember, the military is out there fighting. So again, we can balloon those numbers up as many times as you want. It doesn't matter, right? Because I got more numbers to show you. So last year, 109. All right, well, let's just go with the year before, 184. All right, this is how many civilians have died, okay? And even if you count what they discovered in Jalisco and things like that, wait till you see the other numbers I'm going to show you. So again, these are the numbers here, okay? And look, it used to be way worse. Look at that. Oh yeah, hold on, you don't see it there. 1 second. Look at that. Look how it was in 2009, 8, 11, 12, 13. Okay, bad. No bueno. This is, again, how many civilians cartels has killed, okay? But again, you can look at it right above my head where we're at now. And, let's just say this year, it's a violent year, and we bumped that up a couple hundred, All right. Barely a blip, all right? Now, check out this stat. All right. No, I got to, hold on a second. Make it so you guys can see, what's going on. Anyway, so this stat says, all right, number of people shot to death by the police in the United States from, whatever, 2017 to 2024. Seems like it's more. Okay, so just last year alone, how many civilians died in the hands of the popo in the United States? Okay, we got 1,173. So even if you bump these numbers up, okay, you bump these numbers up. All right, sorry, well, let me get rid of it. Hold on a second. All right, so even if you bump these numbers up times 10, okay, so it's 1,000, okay, it's still less, okay, still less than. So that's all I got to say. All right, so yeah, the cartel are dangerous. They do dangerous things. Don't get involved in organized crime. As long as you are not involved, you'll be fine. Caveat. You know what I mean? Meaning that, again, with the story of what happened in Jalisco, with all that stuff that's been developing recently. Hold on a second. With all that stuff that's been developing recently, again, there was a lot of innocent people that just got tied up in between all that stuff. That obviously, innocent victims, literally. Okay, I don't know what else to say. So, yeah, so it's very bad, a very bad situation, but still. Okay, compare that to a school shooting. Compare that to a shooting in a concert in the USA. Compare that to just everyday life in the USA. And yeah, still safer out here. Still safer out here. And I'm going to stick to those guns, okay? I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I come from the USA, man. You know what I mean? I lived in some fucking major cities. I've been through some shit out there. Part of my French. And I lived out here, and I've been through some shady spots out here. I've shown you in my videos. I still feel way more scared, and I think it's way more dangerous in the USA than it is out here. And I'm going to tell you why. In the USA, the hoods are dangerous, but that's not really what I'm scared of. I'm just scared of the police. I'm scared of the militarized police, because of not just what happened to me in my past, but what's happened to so many people out there. And the fact that, we have a whole population in the USA that backs, again, they approve of that behavior. So I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of that at all. And so out here, it's, the cartels out here, they basically, they try to run campaigns, basically trying to, be, how do I say this? So that the people love the cartel more than the people. So for example, let's say there's a natural disaster out here. A lot of times our cartels will be the ones that are giving aid to the people instead of the government. So a lot of times, again, they're getting the people to side with them. So, I mean, it's a different world out here. So again, I'm not, okay, they're all horrible. All right, I am not a fan of government. I am not a fan of authority. I am not a fan of cartels. I'm not a fan of anything. You know what I mean? But hey, it is what it is. I don't get involved. I don't care. It's just whatever. But long story short, yeah, a lot of what you're going to encounter in Mexico for the most part is petty crime. Nothing else. Or in the USA, you could just, be going into a 7-Eleven and be a victim of a petty crime. Someone stealing your wallet, and they'll still kill you just for fun. That's not. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? It's a different different world. You can't even compare. So, yeah. So, I mean, this is my opinion. And so, like right now, why haven't I talked about what's going on? And well, listen, man, because that's not something I can discuss on this channel. In fact, that's not something I can discuss on really on YouTube. But long story short, if I would be discussing that, which I again, depending on what's going to happen in the future, if I do discuss that, it'll be on this channel. It's going to be on this channel. It's not my other, meaning not this one that you're watching this on, but my other channel, the channel I'm linking this on right now. All right. So I'm giving you guys a link. So on that channel, but no. This is a no topic. And look, in fact, I'm not gonna lie, guys. Look, I swear, I have. You can check my notes. I got I was considering talking about that only that today, but when I started doing my research, and outside of Mexico, you're not hearing anything about this at all, about what's going on with the cartel and the thing that they found in Guadalajara. You're not hearing anything about that at all. um it gave me a lot of pause and worry, in the sense of, like, again, we've talked about it multiple times on the channel, where I've been worried, the fact that, hey, and I'm worried. I mean, shit, Trump has said it many times that, hey, we want to invade Mexico, we got to take down the cartel, we got to this, we got to that. So after what they just uncovered, you would think, this would be all over the news in the USA, and you would think that Trump would be using this as a number one excuse to invade. But you're not hearing anything from anywhere at all. Why? Because there's connections to the USA. I'll leave it there. I can't really talk much more on this channel. Again, please check out my other channel for more information. But yeah, all I'm saying is that, no. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm not reporting on it. I'm not talking about it. I'm not nothing, because I don't know. In fact, the longer, so for example, all Mexicans are paying attention to this news. It's like a big major event, and Christians on top of it. And ever since the thing broke, I said, look, this is probably what's going to happen, or what's happening. And sure enough, I've been proven basically right at this point, which is kind of crazy. So we'll see. We'll see how it all develops. You know what I mean? And maybe after it develops, I'll be able to talk about it in depth. But yeah, no, I mean, it smells very, very fishy out here when it comes to all that. And like I says, the ties to the U.S. are incredible. But just like anytime there's a crazy event in the USA, and the ties to its own government after what happened, they're incredible. So it is incredible. Again, another reason why I live out here. You know what I mean? And if we got to go to Antarctica, we'll go to Antarctica, in case the USA invades, which I doubt. But, you never know.
Bruh.
Oh, yeah. But yeah, no, long story short, yeah, it's not what it was. You know what I mean? It's not really, it's not what it is. It's not what people think it is out here or anything like that. But anywho's, all right, hold on. I got another question. I see somebody asking me the Cyril Arnold again, asking, so with the residency changes, is it still easy to get on a 6-month FMM? Yes, of course. It's always been easy to get your 6-month FMM. And then was it leave it? Yeah. So look, if for anyone out there, there's just a regular traveler out here, the RNE thing is not affecting you whatsoever. Okay. The FMM, nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. Okay. Nothing's changed with the FMMs or the visas or anything like that. So again, as always, since forever, when you're coming to Mexico to visit, you're basically getting a tourist permit, which is that your tourist visa, aka the FMM. All right, and you're always going to get that. That's never going to change. All right. Now, the only thing that has changed is that in some places, you're getting your digital FMM, and in some places you get the paper FMM. Just depends on where you're coming in through. But most people, they get a digital FMM these days. But in the off case that you're still getting a paper FMM, because there's many airports, many entries into Mexico, many border entries, and yada yada yada. So I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Some places will still have the old paper thing, and most places you just scan your passport and they give you a receipt and you get the digital whatever. But but yeah, that's never going to change, and they're not stopping that, and they're not. In fact, again, I already talked about it earlier. Sorry. I already talked about it earlier in the live stream about the R&E program. Again, I know everyone and everyone's mother and everyone out there is reporting that the R&E program is over, that things have changed and this and that, but nothing's official. And, I was even watching a video the other day. I don't want to name any names, but anyways, I was watching another live streamer video, whatever. Anyways, and they were basically saying, yes, this is something that is just the immigration offices, and you're never going to hear anything official from the Mexican government. They're just going to do it on their own. No, that's not how things work. That's never how anything works, okay? And again, anyone that knows anything about how things work in Mexico, even if they change a law, I mean, again, let's just bring it up just for this purpose only. But they legalize the wacky tobacco. Okay, they legalized wacky tobacco in Mexico like 7 years ago. Where are the wacky tobacco stores? I don't see them anywhere. Okay, that's how long things take. Okay, to implement. Okay, all I'm saying. So even if there's a change, it's not going to change overnight. Nothing changes overnight in Mexico. Nothing changes, like, are you kidding me? We were talking about that earlier, how everything moves and rolls at a snail's pace. So look, relax, everybody out there. And like I said, I'm working on a video, okay, to let everybody know out there, exactly what your options are. And it does not matter what your income situation is. It doesn't matter what your situation is, whether you're coming in and out of the country or not. I'm going to tell you, you're going to get your residency one shape, form, or another. If you want to move to Mexico and live in Mexico, you can get your residency. Everyone has a different path. Okay, some might be a little bit more difficult than others, but you can get your residency. Like, that's it. The end. Okay, so no matter how, again, even the worst case scenario of the worst case change that the R&E program is canceled. Listen, I'm telling you, you got options. Wait till you hear them. So, but I'm working on the video. I don't want to be dropping anything here. All right, but just chill, guys, chill. All right, we all good. All right, we got many options. All right, and one of the options is going on visa runs. Okay, so. And by the way, if anyone's watched my channel long enough, if you guys have been watching me for years, I'm sure you guys already know what the options are. And not just that, there's a secret one that most people don't know about, okay? But again, if you've been watching my channel long enough, it's not so secret, okay? All right, hold on. This is getting a little choppy here, so let's move to the beach here. All right. So yeah, I mean, come on. We're gonna be fine. Robert says, are there dengue outbreaks in Mexico? Yeah. Yes. Is dengue horrible, and like malaria or anything? No, it's not. I've had dengue and it's nothing. All right. You barely even feel it. Sometimes you don't even know you got it. So no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Let me see. But yeah, look, long story short, hey, see, it's funny. Green King says the cartel would set fires to stores. Yeah, so do protesters in the USA. For no reason. So do governments. So does a mafia. So does someone trying to do insurance fraud. Don't get me started, okay? But yeah, sure, whatever. Look, the thing is, it's like a lot of people are always like, oh my God, the cartels do such horrible things. But when you realize that your own government is doing the same exact thing to you, but they're literally not setting you on fire, but they're using the government and bureaucracy and a guy in a suit with a clipboard, and an inspector and all this other stuff in order to basically set your life on fire. Okay, and destroy your business and destroy your livelihood. Okay, so just because one does it with a suit and tie and the other one does it with a match and gasoline does not make one better than the other. All right, they're both equally as horrible. All right, so yeah, you know what I mean. I don't want to say that doesn't exist. Usually, if cartels setting your business on fire is because, well, you didn't pay your taxes. I'm sorry, you didn't pay your extortion fee. Right? Wait, who are we talking about? Are we talking about the government inspector that if you don't do what they say or pay their fees, that they're also going to shut you down? Who are we? Wait, what do we do? What? Yeah. Anyways, so again, extortion, however it comes, is no bueno. Okay, whether it comes from a gangster or whether it comes from a guy, in a suit with a clipboard, it's no bueno. Okay, so, but yeah, you know what I mean. I agree. It sucks. You know what I mean. Anyway, so, but yeah, that to me is like, how people like to basically how do I say, is like cover up in the sense of like saying, it's like, oh, look, it's so much better living in the USA because, we live in a civilized society and we don't have things like that. Again, you did have things like that. It was called the mafia. And then, the US government said, you know what? We're just going to like not let them take, run the government. We're going to run the government ourselves. And then they did it. So, right now, like I've talked about many times in videos and live streams, whatever, what's going on here is what happened in the USA decades ago. And so, decades ago, again, the mafia ran the government, yada yada yada, and so out here it's the same thing, where the cartels, they're basically a lot of times more influential than the government itself. And the government is trying to get as much power as possible and extinguish the cartel, just like they did in the USA. And again, they did that. Remember, back, you can watch Goodfellas, you can watch any of these movies, The Godfather, they talk about it in detail. Anyways, I'm not, this ain't, I'm not talking anything crazy. They've actually made movies and they won Oscars and everything. Go check them out. They're great, amazing movies. There's many movies, okay? Many gangster movies out there. But anyways, long story short, eventually what happened is that the biggest gang won, and the biggest gang was the US government. That's it. And so that's the same kind of thing out here. And so, by the way, when the US government finally took over everything, fast forward to today, where you're now watching this video of trying to escape because the US government did such a great job, that now you're looking to get the hell out of Dodge before you can't. So yeah, no, it is what it is. I'm not a fan of violence. I'm not a fan of horribleness. I'm not a fan of any of that stuff. But I am a fan of freedom. And for anyone out there that knows, freedom, you gotta. It comes at a cost, and so does comfort. And a lot of people, again, that prefer to live, under the tyrannical boot, of the USA. Because look, again, not everybody. Some people don't even look at it that way or see it that way, and I get it. Other people can't escape or leave or whatever. But look, long story short, there's a lot of people out there, that would prefer to live that way out of comfort. Okay. And that's it. And for me, we're going to talk about it more in detail in my live stream on my other channel once we're done here. We'll go more in detail about, why I cannot live in the USA, because I refuse to bow down, kiss the boot, live under a tyrannical government, bow down to the authority that, again, just some guy that, don't get me started. Like I said, we'll go more in detail on the other channel. But to me, that whole idea of again, just how little freedom you actually have in the USA. It's like, nah, man, no way, Jose. And especially, look, for me personally, my parents are Cuban, man. They left, they got kicked out. They escaped communism, okay, and they came to the USA and they loved the fact that they had freedom, and they defended that freedom, and they knew very well, what their rights were and all this other stuff. So, the fact that, here we are, fast forward to 2024, and most people don't even know their rights, don't even know the Constitution, don't even know anything, and they're surprised by everything that's going on around them. I don't know what to say. And then, you got no freedom, no nothing. They don't even know what freedom is. They think freedom is to, be comfortable. It's like, no, that's not what freedom is. Freedom is to be able to do whatever if you want. All right, literally. This is why I like to show you how I live, all right, and what I do out here, because that's how I live. And it comes at a cost. It comes at a cost that most people are not willing to pay. Some people are. I'm more than happy to pay that cost. Are you kidding me? I am more than happy that if I got to take cold showers to have freedom, I'll take cold showers all day, every day. It's 105 degrees out there. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. All right. But that's what it's just things like that. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, they're like, no way, I could not live without my hot water. Okay. Well, good luck out there. You know what I mean? That kind of shit. You know what I mean? There's just so many little things like that. Many, many little things like that. But, if you're out there and, you're looking for a better life, you're tired of having that tyrannical boot on your neck that comes from many aspects. It's not just the police. that are constantly harassing everyone over everything, trying to just make a quick buck, giving you tickets, giving you this, giving you whatever, whether it's that, whether you want, the freedom of being able to walk anywhere, do anything, again, as long as you behave, you got nothing to worry about. Look, man, look, look, the last thing I'm going to say on this, all right, because I don't want to harp on, because we're going to talk about it more on the other channel. But look, the one thing is like, look, I saw this the other day. I saw at the St. Patty's parade in Boston. St. Patrick's Parade, Boston. It's a parade. It's a lot of noise, right? I don't know. I mean, you guys have been to parades, right? You guys know what a parade is. Okay. So this video, this TikToker guy, whatever, and he does music. And so, well, he was in Boston and he had like his whole DJ stuff and he's out there making, he's out there blasting his music in the middle of the parade. The cops arrested him and took him out of there. Not because, I know you probably think, oh, the equipment or the this or that. No, 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 no. The cops, basically as he was setting up, they basically said, you can do whatever you want, but you cannot, you cannot have music over this decibel level. That's the law. Long story short, that's how they got rid of his ass, because he went over a certain decibel level, which, by the way, he was going to this decibel level and the parade and everything around him was like 10 times the amount. And it's just like the absurdity of living in that life or living in that world. All the HOAs, all the insane, stupid rules that you got to follow. How the cops are constantly harassing you again because, it's for your safety. I'm going to give you a $500 ticket, simply because, your broken tail light. Like, bro, come on. You know what I mean? If you got a broken taillight out here in Mexico, the worst you're going to get is a police officer saying, hey, you got a broken taillight. Fix it before you get in an accident. That's it. The end. By the way, you get in an accident because you're broken taillight. Okay, now you'll be paying the price. Trust me. The insurance is going to be like, dumbass over here didn't have his taillight working. So guess what? He's at fault. The end. I mean, it's it. You've got to take responsibility for your own actions. And so out here, you're forced to. You live in a society in which everyone takes responsibilities for their own actions. Good, bad, ugly, whatever. It doesn't matter. And in the USA, it's like almost nobody, takes responsibilities for their own actions. And it's just, I don't know, man. It's just like, it's for me, it's like the longer I live out here, the less I could ever want to go back. But it's not for everybody. So, oh, Pete Stock says, speaking of running things, how's the Ram Charger running? It's running fine. In fact, I had some people yesterday come over and look at it. They didn't buy it. I'm selling it for anyone out there that wants it. But yeah, no, long story short, it's going great. The truck is great. In fact, the longer I have it, the less I want to get rid of it. But it's just like, oh man, I just don't use it. It's more of a pain in the butt to maintain. At this point, I'm already over it. Like I already, put work into it. And so now at this point, it's like, I got to get insurance. I got to get all this stuff. And by the way, if I don't end up selling it, I might end up just, keeping it, obviously, getting insurance on it and going on it. But yeah, right now it's like, with the new government that came in, I got to get new tags, new insurance, and I'm like, I don't want to spend that money. It's not worth it to me at this point. I walk everywhere. I got my bike. I now have an electric bike. Yeah, for me, it's, yeah, yes, by the way, someone's asking me, there's another channel. Let me show you the other channel real quick. All right. So the other channel is, that's my original channel. All right. This is the channel you're watching me on right now. But this is my other channel, Jose Unleashed. All right. And we go live a little bit, after we're done here. So once we're done here on this channel, we go live over there and talk all kinds of stuff. In fact, if you enjoyed today's show, if you enjoyed today's content and you really, really want to help me out, you want to really be a pal to me, go to my other channel. Subscribe. Please, I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're so close to getting to 1,000 subscribers over there. And, believe it or not, it's so much more difficult to get to the first 1,000 than it is to get to, where I'm at now. I'm already getting close to 30,000. In fact, let me see. Where am I? I'm getting really close to 30,000 on my channel here. So, let me see, where we're at. But yeah, we're like, we're only like 50 subscribers away on this current channel, we're almost like, yeah, we're like, okay, no, okay, we're 68 more subscribers to get to 30,000. Wow. And then over there, we still got like 171 on this channel over here to get to 1,000. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about my complicated relationship with authority. That's why you see me already starting to go off on a deep end talking about that. It's not a fun one. I'm not a fan. But again, that's one of the reasons why I love living in Mexico so much. I don't got to worry about authority anymore. I don't got to worry about, the government breathing down my neck. I don't got to worry about the police, bothering me every single second of the day. I don't got to worry about anything really, when it pertains to a lot of the things that I used to worry about every day in the USA. Every day in the USA, I used to worry about things like, as soon as I would leave the house and got in my car, and everything could change dramatically, just because of the police. You know what I mean? Again, police officer stops me for no reason. Again, just trying to get a ticket. They have a how do I say it? They have a trap set up, for people, making a right turn when they're supposed to make a left turn. I don't fucking know. Speed traps, all these other things, And moving to Mexico is like there's no speed traps, there's no ticket traps, there's nothing like, they're coming after you, because they're trying to make a quota to get tickets, that. Also, on top of that, they're in Mexico, they're not escalating things, as they do in the USA. And I can go on and on, man. You know what I mean? So it's just like that alone, just having the peace of mind of living in a place where I don't got to fucking worry about that shit no more. I mean, come on, man. That alone is enough for me to, be in peace and happiness out here. But again, I know it's not for everybody. Oh, shout out to Renato Diaz with a $10 super chat. Muchas gracias. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you. Thank you. So, hold on a second. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, sorry about that. Oh yeah. And and by the way, shout out to Greg out there earlier, for sending me a beautiful, 500, peso super chat. Thank you so much, for all of you guys out there. All right. Yeah, exactly. So we've talked about this multiple times, where like the cops in Mexico, they're basically asking you, for $10, $25. And in the USA, the same trap, the same situation. I mean, they're looking to minimum give you a ticket, but what we're really looking for is they're looking for to catch the big fish. They want to arrest you. They want to, just create the whole situation where they're not just arresting you, they're impounding your car, they're putting you in the system, and now you're paying into the system, into the courts for years, possibly even ruining your life. I mean, think about it. You know what I mean? You're on your way to work, a fucking shitty cop arrests you. Before you know it, you're beat up and you don't even know why. And you got to call to work and say why you can't make it to work. And when you say it, you're already fired. You already know. Nobody ever, unless you're in the restaurant industry, and even then, you're probably still fired. Again, you got arrested. You're fired. That's it. You're done. So now all of a sudden, it's like you ruined your guy's life over some broken taillight, and the guy just giving you some lip by basically asking you, like, well, officer, I'm sorry. I haven't been able to fix a taillight because, I'm broke. I'm a bum. I'm getting paid next week. Can you give me till next week so I can pay? Can you give me a warning? No, you know what? Get out of your car. Before you fucking know it, the guy's life is fucking ruined. When, Mexico, the guy's what? Asking you for 25 bucks. And by the way, you can simply say, no way, Jose, and speed off. I don't recommend you do that. Don't recommend you do that. But I mean, people have done that, okay? And they speed off and nothing fucking happens. I mean, don't get me started on all that shit, all right? In fact, I'll give you, you know what? I'll do one thing, okay? How about this? Oh, sorry, 1 second. Let me see if I can pull it up here. So I'll just give you a quick, how the police work out here. All right, and we'll end it with that, all right? So you can see what I mean, all right? All right. Check this out. No, hold on, sorry, there. I had to push play there. Check this out, all right?
Bruh.
All right, I'll leave it at that. I don't know what else to say. All right, so yes, I mean that is the obviously that's the opposite end of the spectrum there. You know, obviously that's no bueno either. That's not something we want either. But I mean, come on, guys. You know, come on. Hold on a second. What's going on? Oh, this is what's making it. Okay, one second. No, okay, there we go. So we'll do this. Sorry, my apologies. Having some trouble here with the stream. But yeah, I mean, come on. You saw that. Um so yeah, it's a different world out here, man. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, for me, it's you know, again, better quality of life, healthier lifestyle, you know, despite what you're looking at there. Anyways, healthier lifestyle, more access to healthcare. Um, what else? What else do we got here? You know, you're not drowning in debt out here. Most people are not. You know, it's pay as you go. Not, you know, you don't got to worry about authority. You know, breathing down your neck constantly. You got more freedom. You know, good, bad, everything in between. And like I said, you know, there's just so much. You know what I mean about life out here in Mexico that for so many people it's just amazing. And yeah, as time goes on, we've talked about this in very recent videos. By the way, very recent videos, I had more of a maybe negative, was a negative thumbnail, negative title, but basically talking about the same things we're talking about here. But long story short, the longer you wait, yeah, this thing's freezing up here. Hold on a second. But yeah, long story short, the longer you wait, the more the more difficult it's going to be. And we've talked about this throughout the years. You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any richer. Okay. And things are not getting any better. All right. So the longer you wait, the more difficult it's going to be. And I get it. I understand. Everybody has, different lives and different timetables, and I could go on and on. But I mean, guys, I mean, come on. If you've already made up your mind, you've already done enough research. You already know what your personal situation is and what you plan on doing with your life. I mean, just that's it, man. It's now or never. You know, um, that's it. I mean, if you're still on the fence, if you don't know, if you're just thinking about it, listen, forget it. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking about everyone else. In fact, more and more my channel is, basically I'm talking to people out there that have already figured it out and made up their minds, and they already know what they want. All right. Because sometimes not that I'm ever trying to convince anyone of anything, but I do show you a lot of the awesomeness of what life is out here, and I do focus a lot because, well, there's a lot to focus on, but I like to focus on the positive. There's a lot of positive aspects to living out here and life out here. But look, long story short, it's not even about that anymore. I think most people should know. And if not, there's plenty of videos and YouTube channels out there to show you or talk more about those talking points. The reality is that, at this point, it's more about, talking to people out there in the audience that have already made up their fucking mind. That's it. It's time to go. And it doesn't matter who the president is. It doesn't matter, what, just doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what happens. The point is that, at the end of the day, you've already made up your mind. You've already made the choice, and you're just now putting the pieces into motion. And that's it. It's just, some people, again, it's going quicker than others. That's all but anyways, well, yeah, long story short, it's now or never, for everyone else out there. So, and again, not just Mexico. I show you Mexico because that's where I live. But there's plenty of places in Mexico. There are plenty of places in Latin America and in the world that have very similar freedoms, very similar lifestyles, very similar things that you're looking for. Okay? And for some people, it might not be Mexico. All right, this thing's really freezing up. All right, one second. And for some people, it might not be Mexico at all. All right? No, hold on. There you go. For some people, it might not be Mexico. It might be another country. All right? Some people want to live a certain lifestyle and they can only live that in, I don't know, Costa Rica or, wherever, somewhere else. You know what I mean? But, the whole idea is more about, let's say, like getting out of Dodge. Just say, well, why continue suffering, doing something you hate, living a life that you hate? All right? When there's a whole world out there waiting for you. All right? So I'm just giving you my perspective from here. And most people choose Mexico because it's the closest. It's as simple as that. It's literally hopping the border. So, it's a lot easier for some people, to just come out here like it was for me. Again, if you guys know my full story, I wanted to go other places. I wanted, when I was leaving the USA, I wanted to go to Spain. I want to go to Argentina. But then when I realized, hey, I only got $1,500 left to my name, I'm like, well, I guess I can only cross the border, and well, that's what I did. And well, it was the best decision I ever made. All right. So, it is what it is. All right. So I'm not complaining. In fact, the complete opposite of that. Very happy. So, all right, guys. Well, I think that's it, guys. I think I'm gonna wrap this up. I think we've discussed this topic at length as we do. It's now time for me to move on to my other live stream. Okay, so as you guys already know, I'm gonna be going live on my other channel. By the way, guys, please don't forget. All right, that I have a website full of free information. Okay, not just my YouTube page. Again, please check out my YouTube page. Okay. And again, I've already showed you guys many times. All you got to do is over there right next to where it says store. You see right there? And you type anything. All right. Like, let's say cost of living. All right. You can just type that in there. All right. And any topic. All right. And anyways, you'll start getting, videos. All right. So just, use my YouTube page, okay, as your friend, okay? I got the videos, I got the live streams, we got everything, okay? So please check all that out, and then go to my actual website. Okay, all the links are down below, joseartiaga.com. Just go to my website, and you not only are going to see my videos, but you'll get a huge list of resources. Okay, so look right here. General information links. Okay, just general information. All right, so how to find an apartment, how to find a job, 20 of the most asked questions, and then some. How to get a banking option for people that don't have a Mexican bank account yet. Apostle, I can go on and on. What is it, like a translating app? And I can go on and on. Okay, many, many things. Jose's information, residency options, and so on and so forth. Again, digital nomad jobs. I got a full, complete list of all kinds of jobs. Look at that. So I don't want to hear it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I'm here to help those out there that can help themselves. All right. There are many other channels. There are many other services out there that you can pay for them to hold your hand throughout the process. I've already shown you that might not be the best option for many people out there. For some people, I get it. You need a facilitator. You need people to help you. You got to pay. There's many wonderful people out there helping many people out there that need help. Look, there's a lot of people out there that are coming out here. They might be disabled. They might be older. They might need that extra help. I get it. But come on, if you're my age, if you're, in my, kind of demographic, I mean, come on now. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you should know better, and you should, do the work. All right. And there's no excuses. Okay. People are like, oh, I can't move abroad. I can't find a job. There's a job. I don't want to be a digital nomad. There's job websites there so you can get a regular job. There's many things you do. Oh, I don't know Spanish. Learn some Spanish. I mean, I don't want to hear it. Okay. I am not about the, the tiny violin guy. All right. In fact, spare me the, hold on a second. Yeah. Spare me. I got to get it for you. Okay. Spare me the little violin, spare me the whole thing. I don't want to hear that shit. Okay. If you want it bad enough, you can get it. You can make it happen. It's out there for you. Especially in today's world. All right. So yeah, you got all the options available. All right. There's many things you can do. Like I said, and by the way, everything's for free. The only thing I sell, period, end of story, are some crappy t-shirts. Okay. And my time. Again, go all the way to the top. You see where it says shop. Okay. Click on shop. And look at all the crappy t-shirts I got for sale. In fact, I'm wearing one right now with my face on it in Lambo. It could be yours. All right. So anyways, as you guys can see, all right, we got the shirt. There to see down there. We got Gulf of Mexico, Golfo de Mexico, if you want that. You got my own artwork. Yeah, that's right. I was smoking that legal wacky tobacco one day, and I drew that and I put it on a shirt, and here we are. All right. I'm an entrepreneur. But long story short, you know what I mean? Like, I sell crappy t-shirts. So if you want to help support the show and you want to get something in return, okay, you don't just have to send me a donation. You don't have to just, go on ahead and, leave a like or subscribe. You can go and buy a t-shirt, and then now you got something to, a little souvenir. All right. You got a little something to wear. And people could be asking you like, oh, who's that? who's the Jose? And they'll be like, oh, that's my pal from online. Anyway, all right, never mind. So, all right. So,
bruh.
and then, like I said, the other thing that I sell besides crappy T-shirts, I also sell my time. So anyone out there that wants a personalized consultation, you can go onto my website and find out more on how you can, again, hire me for a one-on-one Zoom call or FaceTime, or for people out there that want to pay extra and you want to see me in person. Hey, I'm available for that too. But I do know there's a lot of people out there that are in my similar situation that I was when I moved out here. And shout out to the likes there. But anyways, and so this is why I provide everything for free. I'm just trying to pay it forward, really, honestly. And that's it. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, obviously I got to monetize a little bit here. So that's why I sell T-shirts, sell my time. But for those that cannot afford it, hey, listen, all the information is out there for free. All right. So please enjoy. All right. Let me see. So Pleasant says, hey, Jose, what happened to Jordan and his girlfriend? The guy disappeared from YouTube. I don't know. I mean, he's on Facebook. I see him on there from time to time. But they got married. They had a child. They literally had a child very recently. So he's living his life. I think he does other things, and I think he has like another job, like an actual job, and so I think that's how he makes his money. But I don't know. I have no idea. I got no clue. I only know him from the time that I did the interview with him, and you know, the little Reese. Oh, sorry. I heard a noise out there. I was like, oh man, there was someone outside. But anyways, it's like, oh, it's Jordan at my door. Hey, what are you? Just kidding. No, but anyways, no, but yeah, I haven't really heard about. I mean, every time I see him though, um, every time I see him on, on Facebook, he's very happy. Him and the wife are very happy. Like I said, they got a child, now. Wow, congratulations to them. And so they seems like they're, he's loving life. So that's it. For me, I mean, doing YouTube is something that I've been doing now almost 10 years. It's going to go on 10 years. And so for me, it's very different. I used to do all kinds of things on YouTube. You know what I mean? And so, the reality is that, when I moved out here, I was just documenting my experience. And then that turned into what I do now. But again, I mean, if you go on, that's my YouTube page here. And if you just go on my YouTube page and you scroll down all the way to the bottom, you get to see like, that's okay. Look here, let me get it out of the way real quick. So right there is Jose Unleashed. That's the channel I'm asking you guys to go subscribe to right now. I'm gonna go live on that channel. I'm Cooking with Jose. That's another channel. So check this out right here. See, I just have not made any content for this channel, but this is also things that I was doing. I was cooking live. It was fun. It was awesome. Go check that out if you're interested, because I used to be a chef. And then my old channel, this is like the original channel that started it all. And look at this. How crazy is that? So, all right, hold on a second. So all kinds of here. Let me just go deeper here. Yeah, but I mean, I do all kinds of things. I mean, don't get me started. You just look from the, see, look, the roaring 2020s. All right, don't get me started. Oh yeah, where's my face? There. So again, if you, in fact, you can do a little research and, go back and look at my old videos and you'll be like, oh, wow, this guy was actually, wow, you predicted everything that's going on right now. Oh, look at that. Look at this. I'll let you just look at some of the titles. I won't repeat them, all right? You guys can figure it out. It's on YouTube, all right? How bad could it be? Anyways, long story short, but yeah, I mean, so yeah, this is the video that started it all. I mean, the channel that started it all, super old, but I've been making videos since, here, hold on. No, this is when I went to Cuba, But anyways, let's see, oldest, look at that, almost 9 years ago. So it's almost 10 years now, but yeah, look at that. So, cooking, everything, all right? So, yeah, guys, go check it out, man. Go check out, today we're going to be, my other, if you're interested, if you want to go really deep into my life, if you're really interested in all that stuff, I know some of you guys are. But yeah, I mean, I've been at it for a while, and for me, I only, again, I've been doing YouTube for almost 10 years, and I only started making money like a couple years ago, maybe, money to support myself and the family, like a couple years ago, a year and a half ago, a year ago, not long ago, not long ago. How's Gizmo? He's doing great. He's doing wonderful. He says hi. Anyways, all right, I think I gotta go. Oh yeah, I do gotta go. Okay. All right, guys. So again, guys, we're gonna go live on my other channel. All right, so please, check it out. Oh my God, what did I do here? Yeah. Wait, hold on. Okay, my other channel. We're gonna go live over there. Okay, and we're gonna be talking about my complicated relationship with authority. Okay, and I'm sure some of you guys have some thoughts and some words on this as well, and I would love to hear them, especially you, Opie. Hopefully you got time to hang out with us. All right, so I'll see you guys there in about 25 minutes. All right, so I'm gonna take a quick little break, and I'll see you guys real soon. Again, guys, appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. Thanks for watching today. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys had some fun talking about. Again, I don't even know what we talked about today, but about why you got to move to Mexico now. All right, guys. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right. So peace out, and see you guys here on Sunday. See you guys here on Thursday, and stay tuned for random videos dropping throughout. So again, always hit the bell icon. All right, so you know when I drop a video, no matter when I drop it. But again, always every Sunday I drop a video, and every Thursday we go live, and then randomly. Okay. So, anyways, and again, stay tuned. We got a lot of information coming up on the R&E program. So love you guys. See you guys on the other channel in about 20 minutes. Bye.